What's the word? Bleezy in this bitch. It's not my shit. No. I'm really just finna make this video. Bro, this is a low-key, long overdue ass video. And I'm gonna say it again, bro. Don't get paid for this shit. I'm telling anybody that see this shit because I really feel like if I'm not at least saying my piece and my part, then shit, I feel like it's leaving motherfuckers the potential to fuck up. So I feel like as long as I'm saying what I'm saying, then shit, I can always say I told you so. Facts. I can't never say, or you can't never say I ain't tell you the truth, or you can't never say I ain't tell you some shit. You know what I'm saying? I always want to say that I was able to help you. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one resource to help people. Because, I don't know. And not even help people. It's just to speak my mind. For real. And I found that sometimes when I be speaking my mind, I only be saying some true shit, or what I feel is true. So shit, some people be saying it help. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to do this little bit that I can to help, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's part of my goal and purpose in life. But today's topic is motherfucking perception versus reality, you know what I'm saying? And the main thing I gotta say about this, if you take away anything from this video, is life is not a fucking video game. You could not do whatever you want because you think it is real, you know what I'm saying? You have to view the world realistically. And if you view the world realistically, then your perception of the world will be true. And that's the main thing to take away from the video. But anyways, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't know, I feel like we actually did have some sort of a universal energetic shift, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people's energies did have some sort of shift or change somewhere in December to January. You know, I feel like for real this whole year so far has just been really fake. I feel like it's just been a lot of lead up to shit, you know what I'm saying? If you remember last year, or if you have, I've been saying that last year was motherfucking reverse, not a reverse, but a motherfucking, like a rebirth, you know what I'm saying? I try to find that Obama clip. He was saying like it's a great awakening with the younger people and shit.
There is a great awakening going on around the country, particularly among younger people.
Bro, I really feel like last year was just a great reset, you know what I'm saying, on a materialistic level, on a physical, external level, you know what I'm saying, with the shit we seeing. I feel like it's gonna be a fat ass change, right? And I feel like last year, 2020 was like the official restart of that shit. 2021 is year one, and I feel like this is just the start of the new beginning, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is starting to come out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is really trying to get hidden, kept under wraps, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is dying left and right trying to expose the truth. And that shit is fucking crazy. Anyways, what is reality? Easy shit to know, right? Reality is everything that is real, everything that is true, everything that is proven, everything that is tangible in this physical three-dimensional world. Go watch that dimensional video. But everything in this three-dimensional world that is true, factual, verified, you know what I'm saying? All that shit is reality. Reality is everything real, factual. Or what's an example of reality? Motherfucking the trees. If you can go outside, touch the tree, and be like, I'm actually doing this shit, and potentially somebody else can see you doing this shit, then that is real. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you can physically see, feel, sense, and everything that exists in the three-dimensional world, that is what is real. Reality is also true news, you know? I'm saying? Very real news. Not bullshit. Not fake shit. Not opinions. But true, real facts. That is reality. You know what I'm saying? Everything that is true, real, and verified. It is tangible. It has been tangible. Whatever. The future is not reality. Because it is not real yet. You know what I'm saying? It can be, but it is not. Everything that is in the present and in the past that has existed and is true, that is reality, right? Boom. Now, what the fuck is perception? Perception is how you see reality, right? Perception is everything that we see, feel, sense, and observe. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit, your emotions, all of that shit is a part of your perception, right? And the reason why those two are different is because you cannot tangibly feel your emotions, right? Even if you were to, say for instance, you at a hospital, you land on a fucking hospital bed, they literally have you open, you on anesthesia or fucking anesthesia somehow, still fucking living, right? And they cut open your fucking chest and shit, and they take your heart out, right? And that's where people say the fucking emotions is, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can see your fucking heart or your fucking brain, you know what I'm saying? You can see one of those two. Even if you can visibly see it and you can somehow touch your heart and your brain and shit, that does not mean your feelings are real, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not tangible. You cannot see your feelings in this reality. A good example of perception is first impressions, you know what I'm saying? A good example of first impressions is, say for instance, your first day of school, you know what I'm saying? First day of fucking, I don't know, 6th grade, you going to school, you like, this shit is whack. Or your first day of fucking middle school, or your, matter of fact, your first day of high school, right? You say, damn, I've been waiting for high school my whole life. You get into high school, that shit is underwhelming as fuck. And now you like, oh damn, I don't like high school, you know what I'm saying? Your first impressions can change and really set your perception based upon reality, right? The reality in that situation would be you going to school, you know what I'm saying, your first day of school, but your perception of your reality would be you don't like school because you had a bad day. That might have sounded complicated, but that's just a little explanation of perception and reality, you know what I'm saying? Now, the real shit that's going on is people's perception and their reality is really starting to split away, you know what I'm saying? People are judging their reality and making their own reality because they don't want to accept the truth, you know what I'm saying? And that is very dangerous, and that is very volatile to the mental state of our society. I'm not gonna fake it. Alright. And in the world we live in now, the forces that be, you know what I'm saying, the big ass companies, the social media platforms, and major news places, you know what I'm saying, they are trying to make perception and reality the same, right? But remember, they are definitely different. Or perception is not the same as reality, right? So basically, I'm gonna just be upfront with you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you some real world ass examples of this shit, right? So currently, everybody knows that social media is basically the new news, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever you want to call it, is basically the new news. And what is news, right? Or what is news supposed to be? News is supposed to be shit that is real and true. It's supposed to be informative ass shit for people to watch, observe, so they can learn and form their own opinions based upon the world, right? Their reality. And what's going on now is these big ass news corporations and these big ass social media platforms are teaming up. So now you're getting fed mass media as news, right? You're getting fed whatever these corporations want to tell you, right? They don't have to report on whatever story they don't want to report on. And the truth is, some of these corporations have certain quotas and certain motherfucking policies and certain under the table ass shit that they can't even speak on and we don't even know about when it comes to their reporting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is low-key way later than whatever the fuck I was just talking about. But basically, I'm finna end and finish this shit. Wrap up what the fuck I was talking about. All that weird, confusing ass shit. Now we're to the point where major media companies are packaging all their opinions up and giving it to us as reality, right? They're giving us their opinions and what they want for a world as reality. And the fucked up thing is people are really starting to take what the fuck they're saying as reality and as real. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to treat these perceptions and these opinions as if it is real, proven, scientific reality. You know what I'm saying? The way you look at life determines, one, how you experience it, and two, how you act in this reality. You know what I'm saying? So say for instance, you perceived or you thought, remember opinions is a part of perception. So say for instance, you thought that the world was fucking GTA. You've been playing GTA every day, non-stop, for 8 hours a day, like you've been getting paid for it, and you really thought life was fucking GTA, right? And you like, shit, I want to go live GTA in this reality because shit, I feel like I played the game enough to know how to dodge the police, right? That's what you genuinely thought. That's what you perceived about this reality, right? And you actually did that shit. You motherfucking went to a gas station, stole a car. You motherfucking went to you walked outside with a motherfucking 9 and a 40 on you and your phone. You go down the street, breaking somebody's car, take their ass outside, and you leave the scene, right? The chances of you getting caught, depending on the city and depending on your driving skills, are very high. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. That is some very hot ass shit to do. So, because most of the cars now are tracked, so they could potentially GPS track your car. They could do a lot of shit to find you. But, say for instance, you didn't stop there, right? Now you driving throughout the whole city, going 60 to 100 on every street, and you don't give a fuck about police because you say, shit, you know how to lose them because you've been playing GTA. So, you get behind you, now you want to catch a fucking high speed on some shit because you think your perception of reality is a video game. You think life is a fucking video game. So, get in this fucking high speed ass chase, you know what I'm saying? Doing the fucking dash on everything. And the police fucking catch you. You don't get away because the way you think about this world wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Life is not a video game. And the police cut you off before you could get on the highway, or they actually could. And you get arrested and you face charges for stealing the car, taking police on the chase, a whole bunch of whatever, you know what I'm saying, bullshit. You get arrested for all of that bullshit. So that's my little example of perception and reality, right? The way you think, if it's based on reality, can change your life. Or the way you think about reality can determine your life. And the reason why I specifically chose to talk about this video game thing is because recently I was on my fucking phone, fucking scrolling and shit, wasting my time, not gonna lie. And I saw this fucking dude who, I think he was either shooting at the police or he took the police on a high speed like it was GTA, and he said he thought it was because life was a video game, right? When you do not think about something realistically, and your perception does not equal reality, or it does not measure up to reality, you're not thinking realistically, like I'm saying, then your reality is going to be, what's the fuck? I can't even think of the fucking words. But when your perception does not measure up to reality, or you aren't thinking realistically, for better terms, you know what I'm saying, then you're going to be disappointed in your reality. No cap. You're going to be disappointed, and what you think about the world is not going to be true. And that is facts. If you aren't consuming, if you aren't thinking realistically, or you aren't thinking and observing real shit, or in other words, you taking for opinions as true, then your perception and your reality are not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be disappointed by your reality, you know what I'm saying, because you thought some shit was real, but it really wasn't real, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the hard truth for you. I ain't gonna fake it. And the reason I'm speaking on this in this way is because opinions and truth are different, you know what I'm saying? Remember, opinions are a part of perception. All opinions are is how somebody or something, some group of people views the world, you know what I'm saying? That is somebody's feelings about the world. They could be based on truth, but that does not make them true, you know what I'm saying? Alright, say for instance, this is an example of that shit, right? Perception versus reality. Say for instance, I had a pet rabbit, right? And I went to the beach with my fucking pet rabbit and shit, right? And I just let this motherfucker go crazy on the fucking beach, right? He running around all on the beach, right? And my dumb ass forget I had a pet rabbit because I'm a fraud or some shit. And this motherfucker go in the fucking ocean and drown, right? And I begin to not like the ocean because my pet rabbit drowned. Now, this is where it comes in on a greater scale, right? Say for instance, now I work for a major news company, or I work for motherfucking a major social media company, and I start motherfucking posting articles and posting posts about why the ocean is bad, talking about why you shouldn't bring your pets to the ocean because of my perception of the ocean. It was my fault that my pet died at the ocean because I wasn't paying attention. So I'm gonna tell you not to bring your pet to the ocean because I did something stupid and bad. Perception of the ocean is bad, so I'm gonna tell you it's bad. The world is bad about the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You get it? That's an example of that. Now, where this shit really get fucked up is people really do this shit with the news, right? You cannot accept news that is based off of opinion. How people think and how people feel is not real. It is not a part of reality, right? Just like how my feelings about the ocean weren't really real. The ocean is not really bad. Just because I fucked up with my pet does not mean that you are going to fuck up with your pet. It just means that you shouldn't do some dumb shit, right? There is truth in that statement that you should not bring your pet to the ocean. But the other truth is you shouldn't bring your pet to the ocean if you are not going to pay attention to your pet and they don't know how to swim. That is the truth, right? But if I don't want to tell you the whole truth, I only want to tell you my opinions, and you start to believe my opinions, then I'm changing your reality, right? I'm changing the way you think about our world, right? And a lot of motherfucking media companies do this shit all the time. They give you opinions that will change the way you think about our world, you know what I'm saying? And that is very dangerous because they are taking away the freedom of your thought and giving you something that they want you to believe, right? They're changing your reality. The big issue is motherfuckers nowadays can't tell what is opinion and what is facts and what is true. You know what I'm saying? They believe that other people's opinions, because it is a reputable source, it is a trusted source, that their opinions are real. You know what I'm saying? They take everything that they say for truth and as facts. You know what I'm saying? When we all know that's an fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's an opinion. All this shit, all this progressive ass shit that motherfuckers is coming out with on the on TV, on social media, on every fucking thing, all that progressive ass shit is opinions. Just like conservative shit is opinions. You know what I'm saying? All that shit still opinions and still perception. Now, all of that shit is derived and gets its origin from reality, right? Because, for example, a motherfucker could say, we live in a world where people identify as different genders, right? That is a true, real statement. Now, an opinion of that is we should accept everyone for how they feel because it's right. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, that's an opinion. We don't have to accept everybody if we don't want to, because we have the freedom to think for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still have that freedom, kinda. You know what I'm saying? So instead of thinking for themselves and coming to their own opinions and their own conclusions based upon what they see and how they feel, you know what I'm saying? They basically just eliminated the middleman and giving you your own first impression. They say, instead of you experiencing something and you thinking about something, we're gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to think, and here's a whole bunch of news, so you're gonna keep thinking how we want you to think. Just big ass companies, right? Of course they want everybody to have the same opinion as them, right? And that's what they're doing. They are making it so the world will have a shared perception of our reality, right? Basically, they're making it so everyone will have the same opinion, the same beliefs, the same core values and stuff about our reality. You know what I'm saying? They're changing the way people see our world with news, information, and constant bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Constant opinion to make us question our world and our reality just so they can have their way, right? Because if everybody on the same page, then it's going to be a lot easier to move a whole bunch of people into a specific direction, you know what I'm saying? Instead of working with everybody that's divided, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. I ain't gonna fake it to you. That's what's going on. We see it happening all the time. That shit was really popping off during the election too, because it was a lot of people that were really like going back and forth with their political ideas and their political opinions, you know what I'm saying? A lot. Basically, to sum it up, everybody on social media was bashing Republicans, and Republicans were really made out to be like the bad guys, you know what I'm saying? Everything Republicans were doing were bad, regardless of who, what, and what they thought. All the Republican shit was bad. If you were a Republican, you were automatically voting for Trump, and you ain't think shit else, and you were racist. That's pretty much what happened, and can't nobody deny it. From the other point of view, from a Republican side, and from a Democratic side, I guess you could say, then basically I don't even know. But the reason for that, and the reason why it was so easy to get on Republicans, is because when you generally think about Republicans, it's usually older people, a lot less than younger people, or a lot more than younger people and shit. So less technologically advanced, or less technologically mature. Like old people are not hip on the technology and shit. So you got a whole bunch of young people who are progressives, that have a technological advance, you know what I'm saying? We hip on all the shit. We can see everything. We know Instagram, we know Facebook. So we have a bigger voice because we use it more. So when all of these major fucking news corporations have to report on reality shit, and when they're all trying to be fucking progressive and shit, you can see what, I guess, voice has a bigger impact, which voice is louder, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can see who's a majority and who's a minority, you know what I'm saying? Based upon technological advance and motherfucking the social state that we live in, you know what I'm saying? Every place is motherfucking, everybody's trying to be progressive and more open, and younger people are definitely owning the technology spaces right now. Simple. You put in those two and two together, then you have a progressive, dominant voice in our society, in our media, in everything, you know what I'm saying? And when this progressive voice is so dominant and so ignorant because they do not want to be open-minded to other people's opinions, then you are limiting your perception, you know what I'm saying? You are limiting the information that you can hear, and if you don't want to hear some shit that might be true, then guess what you are? You're ignorant and you're just out of the know, you know what I'm saying? Your perception becomes limited to ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Everything you think and the shit that you think is only going to be what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear, and everything that you think is going to be missing some pieces of truth, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have a disconnect from reality, right? A disconnect from reality, and you're going to believe your perception is true. Why? Because you did not want to hear the truth, and you did not want to be open-minded to other people's opinions and observations. And that's that. And it all fucking ties back into what the fuck you have been watching, what the fuck you have been doing, and just the information that you're hearing, right? You can't never hear one side of a story, because if you're hearing one side of a story the whole time, then you'll never know the other side, and then you can't make your own decision for yourself as to who's telling the truth. I always be saying, like, you have to hear two sides of the fucking story, and if two people are agreeing on one thing and it's two opposite sides, then there is at least some truth between both of them, you know what I'm saying? Because two people can verify one thing, so there's something true in the whole situation. That's pretty much the video. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a fat ass disconnect. It's just a fat ass disconnect in what people are hearing and reality, you know what I'm saying? You can't just listen to one side the whole time and expect it to be true. And the reason for that being is because that one side is based upon one perception. It's based upon one person or a group's observations in their reality, you know what I'm saying? And you can't just believe one person's opinions and one person's observations. That's why it's important to do your own research and to learn for yourself, because other people learn and the information they learn works for their life, you know what I'm saying? So whatever they learn and whatever they tell you is their perception, you know, whatever they observed. You have to find your own truth, and you have to find the truth out of the bullshit. No cap. You have to realize what is perception, what is opinion, what is motherfucking impression, what is feelings, and what is truth. What is somebody saying that is actual facts they can prove and they have support to back it up? What is verified? What is authentic? You know what I'm saying? What is real? You have to figure out what is real and not just believe what somebody is saying. which sounds like common sense, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot harder to do if you believe and you only hear one side of the story. But that's it. It's ayobleezy in this bitch. Follow me on Instagram at BJMullah. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you want. I'm not gonna force you. I can't force you. Hope nobody force you to do the shit that you do not want to do. You gotta be happy doing the shit that you want to do. When you do that, you're gonna be happy because you're doing the shit that you said you wanted to do. Potentially, if it really makes you happy. That's why you gotta know what you want. Figure out what the fuck you want in this reality. Get your perception corrected. No cap. But I'm out this bitch. Bitch. Take it easy.
My time froze. I cut my